Do, do, do. Good evening, and we're
Hello.
back. It, it's Friday. What better way to start your weekend with mine and Ian's company? How you doing,
Yeah,
Ian? You good?
yeah, I'm really good. Thank you, buzzing for reliving some memories and thinking of the good times.
Yeah, no, exactly. But I think someone even commented on the Twitter, and I went doing the top five games, and they went, "Oh, you won't be here long." It's like, yeah, when you sort of put it like that,
Yeah, we've got seven to choose from, and that's about it.
yeah, no, exactly. But no, first of all, thanks for coming on, and then what we'll do is we'll just promote Glazewise again, windows, doors, and conservatories. John is your man, and if you mention West Ham Reunited, you get a discount. And of course, as Jazz put it perfectly the other night, I am supporting food banks. This is probably the most important time of year where they do need it. So if you could make any donation or wow, our next home game's not for a while, is it? Brighton,
Mm,
1st of December.
2 weeks,
So
yeah.
yeah, so on the Brighton game as well, John will be there roughly 3 hours before kickoff. So if you could make a donation, that would be great. Evening, Grant. Hope you're doing, sir. Happy Friday. So, Ian, obviously, I put it in the chat this morning. I was like, what video can we do? And I was listening to a few Talksport videos back this week, you know, like
Mm,
mentioning us. Obviously, the Simon Jordan thing as well. We'll save that for another day. West Ham are not massive, but yeah, we'll save that. But fair play to Laura Wood sticking up for us.
yeah.
It's really good. And then I was like, they heard a phone call and they went, "That's the best atmosphere I've ever seen in that stadium on Sunday." So then I was like, "What better way
Yeah.
to do a video?" Um, in your opinion, I know we're going to get into it, but on Sunday, that's up there with regards to
Yeah.
like atmosphere. But obviously, we're not just taking that into consideration, are we?
No, I think it's got to a point now, especially with the good results that we are stringing together, that we're seeing those pockets of atmosphere coming into a hole around the stadium more constantly, which is fantastic.
Yeah. Peach is in the building. West Ham Random. Love it. What good calls. Thank you, Peach. And Jordan, hope you're well, mate. Even one what sticks to mind. So he's straight in, Jordan. He's gone straight in.
Yeah, you can read my mind though.
He can read our mind. And Budgie's in the building as well. Hope you're fit. Get well soon, Budgie. I know you're not feeling great at the moment. So obviously, it seems so long ago, doesn't it? 2016, 2017 at the London Stadium.
Yep.
I think I only missed one game that whole season. I think, mate, and that was the game when we actually. Oh, I can't remember what game it was now. Southampton, I think. I think it was for my birthday because I was in Munich. But we'll
Mhm.
start off. Obviously, can we really start off with that Europa League qualifier where we actually won?
In fairness, I put it at number 4 out of my top 5 just because
Oh,
it was
really?
the first
Yeah,
goals. Just the occasion. It was that was the start of the sort of the new history of West Ham. It was under
yeah,
dubious circumstance. Was it? It was a 50-50 whether people like the stadium or not.
yeah,
But you got to kick off with a win.
yeah. No, definitely. And obviously, I know it wasn't the result. What we got, but even the Juventus game, the fact that you
Yeah.
had someone of that stature in that in the ground as well. Do you remember much of that one, Ian?
In
The
fairness,
Juventus,
I couldn't actually get a ticket for that one.
couldn't you?
So no. So I went. That's why I went to the opening. I could get a ticket for what was it, Dom Zhao, but I couldn't get a ticket
Yeah,
for Juventus. So
yeah, no, definitely. Wow, these comments are flying. It's going to be
mm,
keeping up, Steve. Even lads, I've subscribed to the other Hamish Chat and West Ham Network. Jazz asked me to subscribe earlier. Thank you, Steve. Means a lot. Thank you. Our subscribers are going up. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Kent, the game. All Kent. I'm not going to give it away, but that might be in my top 5. Just it may be. And let's have a look. Wow, Kent. I know you're a machine, mate. I've not missed one game at the London Stadium. That, that's that's good
it's
going, mate.
impressive, isn't it? 100 games and you've been there for all of them.
Yeah. So, obviously that one, our first victory. So I'm sort of going to go through each season, and and then at the end we'll do our top 5. But it's just
Yeah.
obviously
Okay.
making. So obviously, the the Bournemouth game
Yep.
when a certain Mikel Antonio. No, actually, I'm going to give credit to Gokantor with the fantastic ball to the back post to Mikel Antonio.
I think it was he's one good thing he did in a Claret blue shirt, but yeah.
Yeah, I know, but that was special. That because obviously that you could never. That's something what you could never take away from Mikel, isn't it? The first Premier League goal scored at the London Stadium.
Yeah.
It's,
well, he's going to go down the history books, isn't he? He's now the top scorer in the Premier League as well.
Yeah.
So he started as he means to go on, which is brilliant.
Yeah. Being from Somerset, I've missed 8 games in the last. Oh wow, wow! I wish I had that record, but I don't. But Kent as well. You go, Kent. How many away games have you missed? Obviously not. Obviously I know because of COVID, but like in general, I bet you ain't missed a lot on them as well. Yeah, good point, Steve. That's coming as well. We'll talk about that. Obviously, we had some clangers as well, didn't we? Like in the first year, we had some beatings which we won't sort of talk about. But do you know one? Not because it was a free kick and the fact that he scored it. Do you remember Dimitri Payet's winner in the free kick against Accrington Stanley? Do you remember that one?
I do remember that one. Yeah, it was a long time coming, and it was one of those potential banana skin games. And the longer it went on, I thought, oh no, this is going to go very, very wrong. But yeah, he did save us, didn't he?
Yeah, no, definitely. Grant saying wow to Jordan as well. Yeah, that's really impressive. And Budgie is loving your top as well, Ian. Like I said off air, it's top quality. I love that. I love that one. That's a brilliant top. So let's have a look here. What games did we meet? There's not really anything. Which is springing to mind. The 1-0 winner, Winston Reid, left foot drive outside the edge of the box against Sunderland. That was a bit of a. I'm not going to lie, Ian. I was on my way down the stairs when he scored. I was like, this is one of them games when we're not going to. I missed the goal. I missed the goal.
In fact, the first season I think was difficult, wasn't it? Moving into a new stadium is always hard, and say some of the results weren't pleasing. We got over the line with some of them. We did get over the line, but it wasn't fun to watch at all times, was it?
Yeah, no, definitely. I've just realised I still had that iron supporting food bank. And then obviously a few days later, we had Chelsea at home in the Carabao Cup, the 2-1 victory. Do you remember the goal scorers, mate? I'm going to put you on the spot.
You're going to put me on the spot now, mate. That's a long time ago. I was the goal scorers in that.
I'll give people. I'll give people some time as well because I know. Yeah, we'll ask the audience. We'll give people in the chat. We'll give people in the chat who it is. Let's have a look here. Steve saying it's the worst beating at home. We're the 2-0 up. Yeah, the 4-2. Yeah, I don't miss many away games. Just broke. Yeah, I know. You're mad, Kent. Fair play. You're assault. To be fair, I'm getting up there, Kent. I'm going to Wolves next week. I'm going Man City. So I'm slowly getting up there and getting back to it. I do love an away day.
So, I've got an answer for you.
Go on.
One of them, I remember him being unveiled at the London Stadium. Edemilson Fernandez.
That's one. He got the second. Who got the first? Who got the first?
Mate, that's it. I remember that one. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
No, definitely. Simon, I hope you. Yeah, we'll give because Kent said it as well. Eddie Fernandez, he sort of done that at the same time you said it. We'll give it a couple of minutes to see whether someone could get the first goal scorer, but I know it's a long time ago. But we'll see.
Was it the same person who scored the very first goal at the London Stadium?
It was.
I think Kent Hammers has just hit the nail on the head, didn't he?
Yeah, Chiati. Yeah, it was another header. It was a header, a looping one that went over the goalkeeper. See, Kent is. Yeah, Budgie, we're getting to that, mate. We're getting to that. Yeah, and obviously Chiati, you said there, and 27-18 to brace from Andy Carroll. Yeah, that was a very good atmosphere as well. Let's move on and see if we can find some more. Yeah, we won't talk about the 5-1 loss to Arsenal. Wow, I remember. Do you remember the 1-0 victory when it was West Ham United won? No, West Ham United won. West Ham United post 6 and Hull City 0. When they just hit the post about 6 times. Do you remember
Yeah,
in that game?
I do. Yeah.
With a Mark Noble penalty. Let's have a look and see who else. Oh, no other chat. We won't talk about the 2-0 loss to Man United, the 5-0 loss to Man City. Right. Saturday, the 14th of January, West Ham United versus Crystal Palace.
Yes.
3-0. Do you remember much about this game, Ian?
I do remember this game. I was actually there. I was actually there as a birthday present. I was in the Great Britain, so I felt rather.
Oh wow!
Rather.
Was you all suited and booted as well? Was you?
I was. Yeah, I was looking my best. I even had hair at that point as well. So it's been a long way down. Yeah,
quite a good goal. I can't remember who scored. Can you? It was a good goal. It was a tap in, really.
In fairness, behind me, I have got a picture of it all mounted. Everything.
Oh wow!
Team sheet. It's not got on the wall yet. It's not.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yet. It will be there.
You have to once you tag it. You have to tag it in this post, and we'll join it up to the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a diabolical first half, that one though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
14 shots, only 3 on target, but we scored 3 goals.
I know.
Can't be too bad.
Definitely.
I do like it. Do you remember though, as that cross went in, the whole stadium, as Andy Carroll turned his back, went, oh, and then he hit it, and everyone jumped up. It was the best thing to watch.
So my first year at the London Stadium, I was right on halfway, but the highest, like no one was behind me. Yeah. So obviously I was facing that way, so I'm that way. So obviously the ball come in, and I just saw him, and I was just like, "What the hell is he doing up there?" And then when that thumped, then that was literally, it's the best goal I've ever seen live. Obviously, I've not like the cameos and all that sort of spring to mind, but yeah, that was a great free kick, wasn't it? No, a volley. Sorry, I should say.
It was and it was unfortunate. I think it would have won goal of the season, but for Giroud doing a scorpion kick the week after at Crystal Palace, it was.
And Mkhitaryan's 5-yard goal offside, which somehow stood. Yeah. But no. Do you remember who got the other goals, Ian?
The other goals were Lanzini got the last one with a little dink over the keeper. And who else got the goals for that one? I would have counted it as Antonio goal, but didn't Faguli nick it on the line? Slid over the line with it.
Did you like Faguli? This is going to split the fan base as well. I thought he was decent, and I thought if he had another year, I thought he could have been good for us.
He had his moments. I remember in that very first game at London Stadium, he dived and started rolling about where he was in a decent position, and he started getting booed, right? And after that, sort of Noble had pulled him up a couple of times to jumping on the floor, and he then went on and scored and sort of won the crowd back over. And he had moments of brilliance, but just was a bit too inconsistent for me.
Yeah.
One of those players who could get you on the edge of your seat, but I don't think he would have ever sort of excelled at West Ham. We didn't play the sort of football that at that moment. I mean, if you put him in the team now, he'd probably do really well. But at that moment, I don't think he was for us.
The other thing was, talking of Algeria, well done to say Ben Rama getting his first goal for Algeria yesterday. But the fact that it was him, Mahrez, and who was the other one? He used to play for Leicester, Samani. They're the front three for Algeria. Ben Rama rarely starts still. Faguli is ahead of him. It's mad to think, isn't it? But it's just a loyalty thing as well, though, isn't it?
In fact, Algeria, when you look at their attacking lineup that they've potentially got, it's quite scary, really.
Yeah,
they've got some ability there, haven't they?
Yeah, no, definitely. Talking of goals, so we're sort of talking about matches, but we can sort of mention it because I skipped past it. Was obviously Pyatt's goal against Borough when he just took on everyone.
Yep.
It's definitely the one. So we'll be talking about the goals soon on our next series. But yeah, no, definitely that we're sort of talking about games, but yeah, we can't forget about that goal. Let's have a look. Lanzini we'll be getting there. Gaza, another win. Yeah, Creswell against United, great one, Steve. A lot of people forget about that. Obviously, Jordan saying the 1-0 win for Declan Rice's first goal. Let's have a look. And everyone got the check flags. Yeah. What's this one? Fagudi was a yeah. That was a good goal. What he scored as well. And yeah, Anderson's get the 3-1 win. We'll get onto that. Where was we? Yeah, so Palace. That was Palace. 1 second. Sorry, and so many results. So many results we've had. Let's have a look here. Obviously, we lost to Chelsea then. Lost to Leicester. Wow, our record at home was terrible this year.
Yeah.
Do you remember on the 8th of... well, because it counts as a sort of a crucial win as well. Diafra Sakho's late winner against Swansea. Masuaku when he terrorised the left wing. Do you remember that one?
In fairness, I will admit I don't even recall that even ever being a game.
Yeah. No, that's fine. That's not a problem at all, mate. So this is a game which doesn't really mean much. It's our cup final, according to Spurs, isn't it? It's our cup final, and this was played on the Friday, the 5th of May, 2017, and it finished West Ham United 1, Spurs 0. What do you reckon? What do you remember about this game, Ian?
I remember Adrian had an absolute blinder keeping out Kane, Son, and Ericsson. It was brilliant. I think we could have had a fair few more goals if we'd been a bit more clinical. And Lloris should have had a red card. I remember that much.
Yeah.
Took out Lanzini, didn't he? Got absolutely nothing for it, and then saved or made a few decent saves after that. But Lanzini got his own back, didn't he?
Yeah, see, I remember this as well because we had a back three. Remember this of Font, Reed, and Collins. That's old school, isn't it? That's old. What did you think of? I know we might be. We'll try and keep this under an hour. But Jose Font, what did you make of him as a West Ham player?
In fairness, when we signed him, I was a bit like, "Oh no, what are we doing? He's an older defender. He turns like a tugboat." But in fairness, he was all right for us. He weren't. He was never anything special, was he? But he seemed to have gone from strength to strength since leaving. I mean, he's lost a load of weight and playing in the French league. But he was all right. I wouldn't rave about him, but read the game well.
One player as well, before we move on, it will obviously be thinking, Jordan Ayew, what did you make of him? Do you reckon he got a lot of stick? He never really won the fans over, really, did he?
No, and I don't think he did.
No, Andre Ayew, not Andre, not Jordan.
Yeah. Jordan's his brother. Yeah, no, Andre, he, again, one of those who he made a decent effort, but was never setting the world on fire. More of a squad player. He never really hit the heights he could. If that makes sense. I think he at that point he was more of a championship striker, playing in the Premier League. But he had some decent games for us. Yeah, can't argue that.
Yeah, definitely. Right, so we won't spoil it, but it's in one of our top fives at least. That game what we've just talked about, the Tottenham game. So we'll move on to the next one, which is the 2017-18 season, which was the second year, and this wasn't a great season because obviously Slav got sacked.
Yeah.
David Moyes come in for the first time, so we probably won't be here for that long on this season.
No. In fairness, I will admit I don't think there's any in my top five from this season.
Yep. No, definitely, mate. Right. So we'll talk. Obviously, we had the 2-0 win at home to Huddersfield.
Yep.
With Obiang scored that looping goal as well. That doesn't really spring to mind. The 1-0 victory for Swansea. Not really going to 3-0 loss to Brighton. It's a bit of a. Let's have a look here. 4-1 loss to Liverpool. That's definitely not going to be in there. 1-1 game with Leicester on a Friday night. Don't remember that one, to be honest. Saturday the 9th of December. See, this game rings a bit because this was the making of the player. It was a 12:30 game against our London rivals in blue, Chelsea, when it finished West Ham 1, Chelsea 0. Marko Arnautovic getting his first ever goal for West Ham. Do you remember his goal?
I don't remember his first goal. I remember some of the goals, but David Moyes transformed him for us, didn't he? He done a number on him and made him into a world-class striker.
Yeah, no, and let's have a look here. We let Tompkins and Chiari go on the cheap. We did Gaza. Ryan said it on Friday Night Pint yesterday. They were like, if you could bring back one player, like, who's still playing, who would you bring? And he went, yeah, I'll bring James Tompkins back just for Noble's last season. Imagine it if we did.
It was just for vibes, nothing else.
Yeah, no, definitely. And Kent sort of mentioned it there. Chelsea 1-0. Rocking it was snowing all week. Yeah, so Marko Arnautovic got his first goal. And then the following week, it was a 0-0 against Arsenal. Normally we get a drum in there. Let's have a look. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be many games.
The only game from that season I do remember, you mentioned it earlier, was a 3-1 loss to Brighton, because I was in a pub in Portugal full of Brighton fans.
Oh, nice.
It was not fun. Wearing the colours, and oh boy, did I know it.
Yeah, I know. I think that's worse when you're on holiday, innit? Because you're always going to find an opposition fan, aren't you?
Yeah.
You always are, so you need to get that result. Another game, which obviously a person in the chat, I'm sorry, I can't remember who it was, and I do apologise, was on the 2nd of January, West Ham United 2, West Bromwich Albion 1, when Andy Carroll scored 2 goals, scored a 90-plus 4th minute winner. Obviously, that was crucial for us. Well, the victory was, but it's not in my top 5. But obviously, bring back some memories there. Let's have a look if there's any more which are this season. 1-0 win against Shrewsbury. We could probably take that, couldn't we? A replay.
Yeah. Well,
That's a big game. Oh, Steve made a good point. What about Nordvite? Yeah, he was pony. Yeah, he was. Thanks for the reminder, Steve.
So, yeah, it was one of those players. If you never remembered him, you wouldn't go amiss with it.
No, definitely. Let's have a look here. A 2-0 win at home to Watford. That could be it, maybe, but it's not really. Hernandez and Arnautovic scored the goals then. 3-0 loss to Burnley on the 10th of March. Yeah. Then the next game, Ian, this one nearly made it. I'm not going to lie.
Go on.
In my top 5 was the 3-0 win against Southampton, when we absolutely smashed them off the park.
Yes.
Do you remember?
Yeah, I do remember. It was a solid performance for us, and I will admit it would end up at number 6 for me.
Yeah.
It out of a bad season, it was one of the highlights, wasn't it? Most certainly.
Yeah, so obviously Yao Mario scored his first goal for the club. I liked him. I liked him a lot.
Yeah. He was a big lad as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, got about a bit. Portuguese. And then a certain Marko Arnautovic pointed at Mark Hughes because he was slagging him off in the week again. Yeah. And then that ball from King Arthur, like we said, he cannot defend. But he destroyed them that day and then played that fantastic ball across. And what a strike that was, that volley.
Yeah.
Arnautovic straight in. So that was the 3-0. So that's another one what we forgot about. Is there any more which could make it? Nah. Well, David Moyes' last game in his first spell, 3-1 Everton. Lanzini scored 2. He scored a worldie that day.
Yeah. And in fairness, I think at that point it was all up in the air whether he was going to be staying or not, wasn't it? So
yeah. And of course, that was Ginger Pele's last game as well. For the club.
Was, yeah. I think we've missed him in certain aspects.
Yeah, definitely, mate.
He's definitely a leader on and off the pitch, wasn't
he? Yeah. Another one. Oh, God, Steve's bringing them back. The throwbacks, of course. Kent was right. Yeah, that Shrewsbury was Reece Burke's goal. Mm-hmm. Another one, Caleri. Thanks, Steve. You are on form today, sir. And of course, another great game was the 3-1, which we just mentioned, Steve. And of course, Arthur's. Yeah, that was amazing. That pass. That really was an amazing pass. Right. So let's see how more exciting we can get. So we move on to the 2018-19 season, and. We won't talk about that. We won't talk about that result either. The loss to Bournemouth, the first one. The loss to Wolves. Wow.
Was this the season we had Zaza?
No, that was the first year. This is Pellegrini's. No, this is Pellegrini's first season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. See, Steve's on form as well. I was just about to talk about that. So on the Sunday we got the 0-0 with Chelsea.
Hmm.
We drew 0-0, and then we played a certain Macclesfield Town 8-0 victory. That's not in my top five either.
No,
Surprisingly enough,
that's probably the biggest result, isn't it, or biggest scoreline at the London Stadium?
biggest scoreline. Do you remember much of this one? A certain
I don't remember. I don't remember the game. I remember watching the highlights online, but I wasn't
a certain Grady Dean Garner stepped up to the plate and made his name on the scene. Snodgrass got his first goal for the club then. Yeah, it was quite a memorable night, to be perfectly honest. Then we move on to Saturday, the 29th of September. West Ham United 3, Manchester United 1. And when a certain Felipe Anderson scored his first goal for the club.
Yep.
And the wand, what's still here to that living day, is the only one pretty from the Pellegrini shit start, is Andrei Yarmolenko with his looping deflective shot. Do you remember that? The Man United, and out of it, yeah. This is the Man United one, wasn't it? And then Yarmolenko shot, didn't it? And it hit the player and went in.
Yes.
Do you remember?
It came off Lindelof, didn't it? Went down his own goal.
Yeah, that's the one, mate. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. And do you know what I remember of this game as well was Fabianski's fantastic save from Fellaini. The one low down, he terrorised us again today. Fellaini, and that was the free.
That's a duel I would have liked to have seen in the Premier League. Fellaini versus Souček in the air, because they were both dominant, weren't they, in the air?
Can you imagine how many broken out noses and everything they probably would have got? Yeah, Yarmolenko missed an open goal. Yeah, I remember that. Ken, you see your memory as well. It's ridiculous, Ken. Let's have a look as well. No, we don't talk about that result. See, this one nearly made it. This is in my top 10, Ian. Was our 4-2 victory against Burnley.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a close.
I was just going to bring that one up. That was another dominant game, was it? We just couldn't break them down. We should have had far more goals than what we did.
We went a goal down as well, didn't we? Is it Goodmanson, I think, scored? Yeah. Arnautovic scored 1. Felipe Anderson scored 2.
Yeah.
And then Javi Hernandez in the last minute. Chris Wood obviously scored. Hernandez. If we had a fit Andy Carroll who weren't injured, that'd be the perfect combination.
Yeah.
But they were just never fit at the same time, were they?
No.
Really?
No.
And you couldn't play him up front by himself. That's like playing like Franny Jeffers or something up front lines. Do you know what I mean? It's true, isn't it? It's just pointless. It really is.
Yeah, he's got a bit of pace about him, knows where the goal is, but he's not going to make an impact on his own, is he?
Yeah, Steve mentioned it. Yeah, would that be in my top 5? You never know. The 3-0 win with Rice with a screamer, of course. The memories are flowing back now. This might be in your top 5, Ian. It was on the 24th of November, West Ham United 0, Man City 4. Maybe?
No, because it went away from us, did it?
No. This was a certain game as well. 3-1 victory against. This is when we had 2 victories in a week. Was the 3-1 victory against Cardiff when Lucas Perez destroyed the Cardiff defence that day with a double. And then on the Saturday, the 8th of December, West Ham United 3, Crystal Palace 2, with Felipe Anderson scoring an absolute worldie outside the box. Do you remember that one?
I do remember that one. It was a great goal.
Yeah. This is great memories. Great memories. Flowing back. Oh, don't like that result, though. Don't like that result either. Christ. 2-0 win against Birmingham in the FA Cup. Wow. Saturday the 12th of January, Ian. Young deck,
Yeah, go on.
Saturday the 12th of January, a certain Declan Rice scored his first goal for West Ham. What a performance that was. Obviously, the ex-Arsenal man, Samir Nasri, setting him up. What a finish to get your first goal against Arsenal. His celebration was amazing as well, wasn't it?
It was just pure joy, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, definitely. Mike, we said it, mate, as well. Yeah, Carroll's goal versus Palace, what a goal. It really was an amazing goal. Let's have a look and see if there's any more which may make the top 10. 3-1 victory at Fulham on the Friday night.
I don't recall that one.
Yeah, that was when a Marco Renat. Oh no, not that one. Javier Hernandez, Issa Diop, and Mikel Antonio. After Ryan Babel scored a 3-minute opener, 2-0 win against Newcastle. I don't remember that one. Let's have a look here. Yeah, Declan Rice getting the first goal and then the Noble penalty. Forgot that one.
Yeah, and then shortly after that, that was the 4-3 at Huddersfield, wasn't it? Or
yeah. Do you remember this game much, mate?
Bits of it. I wasn't there, but I was watching it with some Huddersfield fans again.
Nice.
You
love an holiday, don't you, man? You love an holiday.
That wasn't even on holiday. That was just people in it. Come down our way for holiday. I don't know why they were here, but yeah. They started getting loud, but put them back in their box.
Yeah. No, definitely. Let's have a look at these comments. Sorry, before I go. Losing to 1-0 when Bilic was manager. 4-0. Yeah, we'll get to that, Luke. Yeah, we're just going through the seasons, but yeah, that's definitely up there. The 4-0 victory under Moyes' era and versus the Gunners. I was in holiday. Arsenal fan had to buy me a pint. Nice. Yeah, so Bakuna scored for Huddersfield, and Grant scored 2. And for us, it started with Noble, Ogbonna, and 2 goals from Hernandez.
It did, yeah. I think that was his best game for us.
Yeah, it was. What a great little header that was. Yeah. Oh my God, Steve! Wow, this is like Nightmare on Elm Street. Arbeloa. God. Steve's on one tonight. Let's have a look here. Is there any more from that scene? And we love playing Southampton, didn't we? Another 3-0 victory against her. Do you remember who scored in this one?
No. Go on.
2 from Marko Arnautovic and 1 from Ryan Fredericks.
That's got to be one of few of his career, isn't it, for Fredericks? He hasn't scored many.
No, he hasn't, mate, to be fair. And do you know who set him up for Fredericks' goal?
Go on. Antonio?
Jack Wilshere. He was at Wilshere was actually on the pitch for that game.
One of those games he wasn't hiding in the washer from people. Do you remember that little clip of him?
Oh God, yeah, I know. I know. Now we move on to the 2019-20 season.
Yeah.
And we'll go all the way down to the bottom. Asia. Oh no. We started off well that season, Ian, with a 5-0 loss to Man City on Saturday, the 10th of August.
We did, yeah.
So, that's not make my top 5, unfortunately. It was close. It was close, but it never. This next game, what I'm going to mention, it wasn't because of the atmosphere or the thingy, but it was just the football we played. Do you remember the 2-0 victory at Norwich? At home to Norwich?
I don't remember that. I thought you were going to say the 2-0 victory against Man United, but
yeah. No, this was.
I don't remember the Norwich, right? It was a couple of weeks before, wasn't it?
Yeah, this is where people started to mention. Obviously, this was when Haller and Yarmolenko scored. It was more to do with the build up and the goals and stuff like that. I actually weren't there that day. I was sunning it up on holiday. I was actually flying back that day. I was in Bali when I was coming back on that day, and I landed at 9 o'clock to see a 2-0 victory for the Hammers. But yeah, hang on, let's have a look. Ashley Fletcher, wow,
isn't he? He's at Watford now, isn't he?
I know, he went there on a 3. That's mad, isn't it?
I think he was one of those strikers. He always put in a shift, but he never quite got the luck of the green, did you?
Yeah, no, definitely. Steve saying as well, Haller's, yeah. And Haller should have had a penalty. Yeah, I remember that. He got proper, and VAR reviewed that. This was the first year of VAR. And literally he got pulled down and he still didn't give it. I remember that one very well. Let's have a look. So, on the Sunday, the 22nd of September, West Ham United 2, Manchester United 0. Do you remember this one, Ian?
I do remember this one. Yarmolenko just before the break, and then Cresswell with a lovely strike to finish it off 2-0 for us.
Yeah, I sit right next to the away fan, so obviously I was right behind it. And when he stepped up, as soon as that was over the wall, you knew it was in. No way was De Gea getting to. Talking of Cresswell, are you surprised? I know he's sort of taking more. I'm surprised he's not scored more free kicks, to be honest. He's come close a few times, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he's got a wand of a left foot, but I think he's. Sometimes I think I feel like he's too afraid to have a go. He floats him in for a cross rather than going direct at the keeper.
Yeah.
But I think he should have more. Certainly from set pieces, definitely. Yeah, he's got the ability to.
Yeah. Feed. Yeah, we should have kept him for Europa League. I think we should have not made the profit. I think we should have kept him for Europa League.
Oh, I hate that man. I can't stand him.
I'm not his biggest fan. It was just his attitude. It was just his attitude.
And this is why I'd fallen out with a number of people at West Ham fans. His ability to strike a ball you couldn't argue with, but his work ethic was a pile of poo, wasn't it? If you mixed Haller's finishing ability with Zaza's ability to run round, then you'd have a perfect player.
I think it was more to do, like, everyone sort of said it was the system, but I remember Sheffield United away, he absolutely smashed it, and he actually worked hard. But, like, that's the only game where I sort of saw him, even when he scored that worldie at home to Palace, everyone sort of says it's his attitude, but I've seen him celebrate for Ajax, like he's won the World Cup, and then for West Ham, he just walked around like... Yeah, that's just my opinion. It's all about opinions, this show. Let's have a look at any other victories. Let's have a look in this season. I don't think any of mine are in this.
The 4-0 Bournemouth on the 1st of January.
Yeah. You going to spoil anyone? Is that close?
It's not. It's not in my top. It's not in my top 5. Probably my top 10 results. But
it's not in my top 5. Yeah, if we done top 10, and I think we'd be here to about 10. I think 10 o'clock. That's why I only done it till 5. But no. Excuse me. It was a good performance, and that was the only time Felipe Anderson turned up that year.
It was, yeah.
Let's have a look here. Oh no, I don't want to. Even though it was away from home, I still mention this to this day. I still couldn't believe that goal was disallowed away to Sheffield United. Snodgrass's goal.
You're going to have to refresh my memory.
Do you remember when they said Declan Rice handballed it?
Oh, yes, on full sprint, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Unnatural position. Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Carlos Sanchez, fucking hell, Steve. Really, we've had some shit. We've had some shit, haven't we? Christ. Let's have a look here.
I thought we was meant to be remembering the good.
I know, and then you got Steve minding me of Caleri, Zaza, and Carlos Sanchez. Well, thanks. 29th of February. This was 2 games before lockdown. Yep. 3-1 at Southampton when a certain Gerard Bowen scored his first goal for the club.
He did,
and Sebastian Haller and Mikel Antonio. Do you remember much of this one, Ian? This game?
I do. I was watching. I took my old man to that one as well, actually.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I thought it was a great little game. It wasn't one of those where the crowd was going mad. They were there, say pockets of energy, but it was just sort of it seemed a bit like a nothing game. It reminds me of a bit of a friendly, from what I can recall of it. It wasn't competitive, was it, at all?
But that's the one game, really, where I think it's because Moyes sort of knew that we had to get the result, where we actually played them as a front three.
Mm.
Bowen and Antonio, all 3 of them obviously scored as well. Yeah. But, let's have a look here. Mike, that Bournemouth game, I saw a different team worked hard, so deserved the win. Yeah, it definitely was. And and I'm only joking, Steve. I'm only messing. And Kent, I was at Sheffield United away. I was gutted. Then I had a 5-hour home journey. Yeah, I remember Deck's interview after as well. He didn't get done though, did he? But he was close. He was probably close to a boiling point on that one. Is there any more? This is where it gets confusing because it's saying June and you forget that the season carried on then. Obviously, we weren't there at the game, and I still think it needs to go in there. Top 5 games, because obviously it was still played there. Was West Ham United 3, Chelsea 2. I think that was the turning point for us staying up, Ian. Do you agree?
Yeah, it was one of those games. It was make or break, wasn't it? Really, and yeah, you couldn't have picked a better game for it to happen. Well, you could, I suppose, you could argue Spurs, but
Yeah.
it was one of
Because we
those.
lost to Spurs the week before,
We
didn't we? We
did,
lost 2-0 to them, and that was a
yeah.
bit of a.
And it was one of those, say, leading up to it, it was like, oh, it's got to turn at some point. And I thought the Chelsea game, form goes out the window, so it's anyone's game. Say, and yeah, just brilliant.
Yeah, no. To be honest, yeah, like I am going to give him credit where it's credit's due, but I think that's the main reason probably why he's still at the club as well. Was obviously Yarmolenko's 89th minute goal, and that's the most I've seen him run in his entire West Ham career.
Yeah, yeah. So he's been unlucky with injuries, though. I think, but he's not. He doesn't play with that same intensity he does for Ukraine. But deserved goal for the winner as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. And Thomas Soucek as well, getting on the scoreline.
Yep.
Mikel Antonio, where we should have had a penalty before he scored when he was completely yanked down.
Yeah.
And obviously Willian obviously getting the double in that game.
Didn't Soucek get one ruled out early on as well?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, for
VAR again. That was our best.
Was it Antonio to do with Antonio? I think. And Kent saying I wouldn't pick any lockdown games in my 5. Yeah, I sort of understand that, but I think it was more to do with the meaning of it. I understand what you mean. Obviously, the fact that you
couldn't be there.
Yeah, no, definitely. The one what obviously surprised. We won't talk about that one. 1-0 loss to Burnley. 3-1 Watford. Friday the 17th of July. This was a big statement. Obviously, we knew if we win, we was safe with a few games to spare. Do you remember this one?
I do. Yeah, that was Antonio opened the scoring, didn't he, early on? A couple of minutes in. So Soucek then followed in. I think it was about 12th minute, something like that. And then Declan Rice, we were 3-0 up flying at half time, weren't we?
What a strike that was, though, Ian, wasn't it, from Deck? It was ridiculous, wasn't it?
Yeah. And brilliant.
And the fact as well, that's when he hugged Moyes, wasn't it? When he scored that goal as well, and that sort of made the statement of we're there.
That I think that was sort of the time where he was starting to become he was that transition from young lad to man, wasn't it? And he started really stepping up for us.
Yeah, no, definitely, mate. So now we move on to 125 year in our history. Started off at home on Saturday, the 12th of September. A nice 2-0 loss to Newcastle. Was you feeling the same? Oh, not again. When we started, it was, wasn't it?
Exactly the same. And it was one of those. It was that was the when we just sold Diangana, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it felt a bit more like sort of an on-field protest against a board, which I think, if I can speak for the fan base, I think we all got behind of the fact of why we're selling some of our most promising young players.
Yeah.
I don't want to say they were right on this one, but he's done absolutely nothing since. So let's.
Would you have him back? Would you have him back at West Ham?
That's a difficult one because I love to. I like a homegrown player. But does he improve us at this moment in time? I don't think so.
Everyone else in the chat as well, let us know what you think of Grady Diangana. I will put that comment up for you. We move on with a 3-0 win against Charlton. That's not in mine. 5-1 win against Hull. See, this one was close. Was the 4-0 home victory against Wolves?
Yes, I remember the victory. I don't remember I remember seeing the result. I don't remember too much about it. If I'm honest, I was not in the best of ways at that point. So
no, definitely, mate. I'll remind you. This is when Jarrod Bowen scored 2 goals. We had an own goal from Jimenez, which really should have been from Soucek, and Sebastian Haller come on.
Yes.
And to make it 4-0 with Arthur Masuaku with the assist. So let's have a look at any more results. See, this one was up there, but for performance-wise, was the 1-0 against Man City with Antonio with his overhead. Because that was
Yeah,
a really, really good performance. And don't get me wrong, like you expect an onslaught from Man City in the second half, but I thought we did have enough. I remember 4-0 was going through 1-1. If we just had a bit more on the dink, we
yeah,
would have got it. But obviously, it's not making my top five. But that's another memory which will spring there, and another one I wish I was there. 1-0 victory at Fulham with the Lookman miss.
yes.
2-1 victory of Villa against Villa. That was a good performance as well. We read it. That was the Tom Daly drive show from Grealish. Um, God, I hate that looking at that result. Saturday, the 5th of December, West Ham United won, Man United 3 when the ball went to Westfield and back, and it still didn't get disallowed. I think if that goal never went in, I think we would have won that game, Ian. I
Yeah,
really do think
it
we
was
would have won
definitely
it.
a turning point, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, definitely. Let's have a look here what people are saying. I noted Ian Garner, he can't even get into the West Brom sign. We have moved on. No, I'm not saying I wanted him back. I just wanted what other people's opinions on it. I thought it was good money for Grady, good business. He had so much to prove. Yeah, and we physically battered Wolves that day. Yes, we did, Ken. I agree with that 100%. Let's have a look here if there's any more results which may make them 1-0 victory against West Brom. Against West Brom. 1-0 against Burnley.
Yeah, 4-0 against Doncaster, didn't we?
Yeah,
In the
that was a
cup.
good performance. 3-0 win, a home win against Sheffield United. That was real professional performance.
Yeah.
Um, Sunday, the 21st of February. West Ham United 2, Tottenham 1.
Yes.
What a performance that was. What a performance that was.
That was that was a Jesse Lingard masterclass, wasn't it?
Yeah, I know, definitely. And obviously Mikel Antonio off the thing in, and Lucas Moura, Declan Rice's last ditch tackle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great day. Gareth Bale, he's back again. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, definitely. 2-0 victory on the Monday night against Leeds. That was a real professional performance as well.
Yeah. I think that was one that we could have gone. If I remember correctly, I was a bit nervous about. I thought we was going to get blown away in that.
Yeah, no, that was. If we won this game, it definitely would have been probably in mine was the 3-3 with Arsenal. So, for example, if we won that 4-3, because the first 30 minutes were outstanding.
Yeah, it all just went a bit wrong. 2 own goals in that one, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, definitely. Sunday, the 11th of April, West Ham United 3, Leicester 2.
Mm-hmm.
That was we nearly blew that one away.
Yeah.
And I think that's
Southampton again at last day of the season.
we love a 3 goals against Southampton, don't we, mate?
Yeah. And that was Pablo Fornals. I think for me, I've always liked Fornals, and when he first started for us, he was being playing out of position a lot. But I think for me, that was a game where he sort of really turned it up and was like, "This is the quality I've got."
Yeah, no, definitely. Let's just read this comment out from Steve before we move on to this season. Worst game, in my opinion, was the 3-0 lead we blew against Arsenal. We had beat United. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. If we won that, we would have got Champions League, in my opinion. I think there was no stopping us. We will move on to this season, Ian, which is a nice one for us. So for home games was obviously the 4-1 against Leicester.
Yeah.
At home, the first one. Was you there?
I wasn't there. No, I did watch it on the TV though.
Yeah.
So.
I think that was obviously after the result at Newcastle, and obviously that took us back to top of the league. I still think everyone sort of said we wouldn't have won if they had 10. I think we would have won by more if they had 11 men, because they were just sitting there.
They afterwards.
Yeah, real professional performance.
And in fairness, from the season previous, that was a fixture I was actually worried about, thinking especially being to say we trumped Newcastle on the first day of the season, and then it was like Leicester. That's a potential banana skin waiting to happen. Is this sort of good result going to be tarnished straight away? But we didn't. We followed it up.
Yeah, no, definitely. Let's hope we can bring them back. Yeah, I can. To be honest, we'll put Marks in. Obviously, there's rumours circulating. You can say yes. You can obviously explain why as well. We're sort of going off to the two players we're linked from Man United is obviously Jesse Lingard and Martial. Would you take Martial at West Ham?
No. I think I think for me that's another player who hasn't got a work ethic in him.
Don't you think Moyes could mould him though, like what he's done with other players?
Potentially, there's no doubt in his ability, but have we got the time to mould him? He should be in the peak of his career at the minute, shouldn't he? Is he 20, 25, 26? You think he's physically the best form he's ever, or the best shape he's ever going to be in, but he's not got the mentality to work with it. I think he'll be one of those who'll score a couple of good goals for us, but isn't really bothered.
See, I would really take a chance on him. I think he's got pace. He's probably one of the best. He's just been he's probably one of the best finishers in the league, like 1-on-1. And I'm thinking with the likes of Ben Rama, Fornals, Bowen putting balls through to him, I think you wouldn't want anyone else in front of goal. Do you see what I mean? And I think him and Antonio could work as a two.
Yeah, I can see it. I mean, as I said, I don't doubt his finishing ability, but for me, we've had so many players, or so many strikers. In fact, if you just take the strikers, who their work ethic has been diabolical.
If you had to pick now, put you on the spot, Mido or Benny McCarthy. If you had to pick one, who would you pick?
That's a hard one. That's a hard. I mean, Benny McCarthy for the memes, I suppose. But Mido's one interview I love was someone said to him, "What would you do if you wasn't playing football?" He said, "Nothing. I'm a prince back in Egypt." And it's like, well, okay, that's.
Did you see the best bit though? Was Benny I couldn't stand him at the club, but did you see the comment he made about Karen Brady?
I didn't know.
Right, so he went to Karen Brady. He went, Karen Brady's a bitch with or a prick with tits, and then Karen Brady wrote back, "At least I'm meant to have tits."
Bloody hell!
Fuck yeah. When I heard it, I was just
missed that, but
I remember he was just so fat.
Yeah.
For a footballer, like when he was at Porto, when we were linked with him, I was like, yeah, no, we will. But like when he was at Porto, but that was class from Brady, to be fair.
Yeah, it's like the best thing she's done, isn't it, for West Ham? That comment.
Yeah. Grant saying attitude stinks, miserable, stroppy. But yeah, like I said, him has all the attributes, but we need to work harder for us. Kent saying, "I'll take Martial all day. Moyes will sort him out. No better." I think he would though. I don't think there's any other manager who could probably get the best out of like players. Like who would have thought? Like we're sort of talking about this scene as well. Ben Rama, I thought he was going to be like a Payet, a luxury. You can just stay there, just receive the ball and do your damage at the at the other end of the pitch. But I've never seen him work so hard. He tracks back and everything, and that's everyone. Everyone knows their job, and that's where I sort of think Moyes could get the best out of him. But
I suppose it's probably the time to do it, isn't it? You think if you're gonna go all out to get him, with it being,
I think he'll be loved by the fans as well. I don't think United fans like him. Like we'll take to him as well, and I think he's probably like a confident sort of player as well. If we start, because our fans are good as well, wouldn't we? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think we're one of the only fan bases that if we lose, but the players have left it all out there, will appreciate it. Where most teams won't. Where if we have a bad result, providing that we've tried our best, it's sort of you have to take the punch, don't you? But that's the thing. Is Moyes could mould him, but will he be able to get him to do it every week, or will it be an inconsistent work rate?
It would be a gamble what I'll take. I would, me personally, but like you said, this is this is it's all about opinions. Let's have a look with Pete. I'm with you on that, Steve. Get the get trans. Oh yeah, no to Phil Jones. Yeah, I know. Steve, throwback Friday from Steve. What about TT Kamara? West Ham legend, he is. Oh dear. Right. Next results. Obviously, we drew 2-2 with Palace, which was very we were very lucky to even hold on at one point after that.
Yeah. I think we underestimated Palace in that game.
Yeah, I know. Definitely.
We should have won that, but that was certainly an underestimation on our part.
Yeah. Obviously, Sunday the 19th of September, where we unfortunately lost 2-1 to Manchester United.
Yep.
But then we are fucking massive. We went and beat them in the Carabao Cup, but obviously that's not at home. Thursday the 30th of September, moment of history. West Ham's first ever Europa League group stage game at home at the London Stadium, where it finished West Ham United 2, Rapid Vienna 0. Wow, that seems so long ago already, Ian.
It does, yeah.
Doesn't it? It's mad.
I think that's because the games are coming so thick and fast, and we've had 18 international breaks this season as well. So it's just, yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. We won't talk about that game. That was on my birthday. It heartbroke me. It was West Ham United 1, Brentford 2. Won't talk about that one. Thursday, the 21st of October, West Ham United 3, Genk 0.
Yep.
Do you think? I know we've done well. Obviously, we won. Do you think we were lucky in that game as well? Because obviously, they had the goal off. I think we didn't. We gave them a bit too much respect as well in that game. Yeah. I know it's a 3-0 win, but I'm just saying.
I think we played Genk at the perfect time. They were going through some absolutely abysmal form at home, and we beat them. And they seemed to sort of manage to put a stop to it straight after that game, which is why we struggled against them away. But no, I think that was a fully deserved result. And I personally, I think we could have had a few more.
Yeah, no, definitely, mate. Budgie makes a good point here as well. So obviously Antonio's not getting any younger, and we can sort of rest him. Surely Martial behind Lingard and Fornals, obviously Ben Rama, Bowen, he's probably up there with speed for Antonio. So we probably would get a few one-on-ones as well, wouldn't it? I know you lose the physical, but we proved against Liverpool that we beat him on set pieces and played through him. So yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah.
Gary saying Evelyn can't bring any Man United, too much money. Don't want them upsetting the other players. Yeah, no, that's a good point as well, Gary, mate. Gallagher was class that day. Gallagher, we missed a trick with him. I don't think Chelsea would have loaned him to us though. Anyway, loan with an option to buy. He's got a great future ahead.
I don't think he'll ever play for Chelsea though. He could end up with us at some point in his career.
Steve, I'm so glad we don't play Astragugu. Oh, Christ. Yeah. Another cup final victory, Ian. On Sunday, the 24th of October, it finished West Ham United 1, Tottenham 0. And to be honest, like for atmosphere, I know it was Tottenham. It didn't really seem like a London derby, though.
No, it was quite a timid game, wasn't it? Really.
Yeah.
Two yellow cards in the whole game. It needed a big tackle at some point to get it going, I felt.
Yeah, no, definitely. But I'm going to spoil this for everyone. One of the next game is actually in my top 5, but you don't know when. And it's actually our Carabao Cup victory on penalties to Manchester City. Because that place was bouncing. And I think that was such a professional performance. The fact that we beat the holders for the last 5 years or whatever it is on penalties. And David Moyes took the competition seriously as well. So that is in my top 5, just so you know.
Yeah, in fact, it's a game I overlooked. I will be honest.
Yeah.
I did a stadium tour at the London Stadium actually the other day, and I said the reason we didn't score in 90 minutes is because they'd run out of bubbles to put in the machines. That's what they're saying anyway. That's
right, fair enough.
And we would have smashed them 5-0 other than that, but.
Yeah, and our last, and as Ian mentioned it was our 100th game at the London Stadium. It finished West Ham United 3, Liverpool 2.
Yeah,
and that's in my top 5 as well. We're going to start naming our top 5, but it's in mine as well. Ian, in your mind, we sort of said it at the start, but. Is this not just for obviously the London? Do you reckon this is our best performance of the season on Sunday?
Yeah, in fairness, I wouldn't be surprised if Liverpool go the rest of the season undefeated, and we're the only team that beat them. But I think for us, it was really showing that we're here to stay. It was
Yeah,
a statement of intent, especially that say straight away.
yeah.
And okay, they did pin us back for a while, didn't they? After they scored the free kick, but yeah, I think we were phenomenal.
Yeah.
I,
Right, people.
I can't remember a better
Yeah.
performance.
Right, we're going to give everyone a minute, people. So we're going to do. So just put 5 and then the dot. We're going to go in order from 5 to 1. So if everyone starts, everyone else in the chat, it'll be good to get everyone else in. If you put your game number 5 in the chat. Ian, what makes your number 5, mate?
My number 5, we mentioned it earlier on, obviously, the 1st of July 2020, game in lockdown, but we did win it. It was a turning point in our season. And yeah, for me, the 3-2 against Chelsea was my number 5.
Okay.
It's a strange one because there was no atmosphere, but I think it was quite a pivotal result for me. And that's what pips it in there.
Yeah, no, definitely. Let's have a look here what other people have said. Steve saying I'd put that was before I said it, obviously. Liverpool game was definitely the best atmosphere I've witnessed at the London Stadium. No, Steve, I haven't. Is this I've heard the latest news about Alex Crowell? No, I haven't, mate. What's happened? We got distracted.
Yeah, I can't. I'm just trying to find out what is the latest news on Alex Crowell.
There's nothing.
No, I can't see anything.
Let us know, Steve. Steve, number 5 is the 3-2 as well.
Yeah.
My one is oh God. I'm not even giving you credit, Steve. God's sake. God's sake.
We fell for that one hook, line, and sinker, didn't we? It's
oh God. Oh, what have I done? I'm not even saying it. Right. My number 5 is the 2-1 victory against Spurs last season with Jesse Lingard and Mikel Antonio. I think that was the statement to prove that we're in business and we had a real chance. So that was my number 5. And let's have a look here. Kent's number 5 is Bournemouth, the first Premier League game. That's a good one as well, Kent. So that is that. Pete, we'll read them out if anyone else is still going to write. What's your game number 4, Ian?
My game number 4 is the first ever game at the London Stadium against NK Domzau. 3-0 winners, say Kiarte Figuli. And yeah, it was the start of the new history at that stadium after a move, and I can't think of a better way that we could have started it. So that's for the occasion and the history, that will go down in the history books for me.
Yeah, no,
seems forever ago now, though.
Yeah, it does, mate. It does. Wow, Steve. I don't know. Not all of mine are Tottenham related either, but mine is game number 4 is that one as well, because that was when the first time was when Tottenham fucked it up, when that was just trending around, and that was absolutely class. That was that game. I really did enjoy it. And Ian, your game number 3?
Game number 3 was the 1-0 against Spurs.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, it don't get any better, does it? It doesn't get any better. It really doesn't. And let's have a look. My game number 3 is the 3-1 win against Man United at home with Anderson and Arnautovic, because that was it was just a really good performance, and I thought we've made a statement. We've beat a top side at the London Stadium, and we're going to go on and do bigger and better things, but I was proven wrong.
Did you find it hard to whittle it down to the top 5?
Yeah.
Because although we've not had, it's only 100 games, there's not an abundance to choose from. I thought in that 100 games, there are a lot of decent results against good sides.
Yeah, no, definitely. definitely, mate. I agree. Like that, when I said it, like I was thinking of doing 10, but like I said, I think we'd probably be here till about like
Yeah.
10 o'clock. Do you know what I mean? If we were, but no, that's the joy of being. Like you said, we've got that 5 kits which starts on Sunday, and we've got
Mm.
2 guests already lined up. So you can imagine some people who are like in their 40s. They've got like 100 kits to choose from
Yeah.
5. Do you know what I mean? It is hard. So I can't believe that. I thought, wow, was it? You had me worried as well. Yeah, Steve, we've read that out. Steve's game number 4 was the 1-0. That's a good one as well. Rice 1-0. Game number 3.
Hmm.
Mike's game number 5 was a 3-0 win against the Saints. Number 4, game just before lockdown, the Saints. And wow, there's tons coming in now. All right, let's have it. Ian, you should explain your number 2.
My number 2 was a 3-0 against Palace, 14th of January 2017. Payet had just left in the. We couldn't capitalise on the chances in the first half. Antonio around the keeper with Faguli smashing it in on the line. And then Antonio again putting it on a plate for Andy Carroll on that bicycle kick. That's the best goal I've ever seen live. And Lanzini finally dinking the keeper. That was, yeah, I will always remember that. Oh, yeah! With Andy Carroll scoring his bicycle kick. It was, something special.
Definitely. Kent's game number 2 is the 4-3 against Huddersfield.
Mm-hmm.
Another good game. Like you said, this 5 is actually really hard than what you expected. Like trying to wriggle it down.
In fairness, I think you could have probably made it top 15 and still had a few games you go, oh, that should have snuck in there somewhere. Yeah,
no, definitely. Game number 2 for Steve is the 2-1 victory. Mike's game number 4 is the 2-1 Spurs. 3 is the Bournemouth 4-0. 2 is 1-0 Spurs. And 1 is the 3-2 Liverpool. And Kent's first is last Sunday. My number 2 is West Ham 3, Chelsea 2. Because if for me, if we like I said earlier, if we didn't win that game, we were down in my opinion, and it was live on. I know we wasn't there in the stadium, but I had to. I had to. But the Man City one, I've changed my order. I said the Man City one was in there, but I had to put the Tottenham ones in, and that Man City's just missed out. But it was still obviously a great performance. But drum roll in. What is your number 1 game, sir?
It's actually only just happened. It was the West Ham 3, Liverpool 2. I think it ticks every box: total team performance, result, and atmosphere. I don't think. Well, I think it's going to be very difficult to top that as in terms of a great game.
Yeah, no, definitely. Let's have a look at some comments. Adam Page, how you doing, mate? 1-0 against Tottenham. Last home game of us. Chelsea. Hang on. 1-0 win against Tottenham. Home game of our first. 2-1 against Chelsea Carabao Cup. 3-1 against Man United and 4-3 against Huddersfield and 1-0 against Chelsea. Good choices. Let's have a look. 4-3 Huddersfield. Final one. First would be 3-2 against the Diving Scousers. But back in the day, we didn't change kits every year. Oh, yeah. No, that's true, actually. Let's have a look. 1-0 against Chelsea League. Let's have a look here. Yeah, I think Glenn's first as well was a 3-2. Like you said, Ian, mate, that is up there for performance-wise. Like you said, it had everything. I'm pleased for my mate Zuma. A few people turned their nose up. They were like, "What are we getting when we buy Zuma?" And I think since then as well, and I'm glad he got his cut. And watching behind the scenes, Ian, you can tell how much it means, not just for everyone. Do you know what I mean? It is one big family, isn't it? And you could tell that.
And I think the difference is this year is we are playing as a team rather than as individuals, and it is really showing, and that's why we are where we are.
No, definitely. But no, I'm buzzing, mate. Like you said, maybe I should have done this at the end of the season, but I thought because of the atmosphere and stuff like that, it was just obviously
Yeah.
a show to get.
I think it's a perfect time to do it, mate. Especially with 100 games as well. It's nice, nice milestone
Right.
to tick off.
What we'll do is we'll pencil it in the next 100 games. We'll
Yeah,
do it, and we have to do the top 10. We'll have to do the top
Yeah.
10 because there'll be more to choose from. And Steve, God, that's a statement already, Steve. Zuma is already becoming a cult hero. Oh.
Do you not remember when he signed for Chelsea as a youngster? Absolutely everyone was after him, and I think
Yeah.
we did. It was one we were linked with, but we weren't at a stature at that point to compete. Where now I think he realises he made a mistake.
Yeah. Do you know what done me? I loved Andy. Obviously, the memories what we've got. He was a memorable player, but the fact that we had the choice of paying 15 million for Lukaku from Chelsea or 15 million for Andy Carroll, and we went for Andy Carroll. Just think what could have happened if we got Lukaku.
Yeah.
Well, do you know what I mean? But
I think we would have been where we are now 5 years ago. But
yeah, what a man he is. Yeah, I love Lukaku. Not when he plays against us, but as a general forward, I think he's up there with. Thinking Mike saying signing of the seat. Yeah, I agree, Mike. I said it on my fan cam. It's not just a signing for West Ham. That's a signing of the Premier League. That is a steal. What we've got. Yeah, I love that as well in the crowd. Zoo. It's like a Samasia Boo, isn't it? Let's have a look here before we go. 2 players I think will leave. Either Arthur and Yama. I hope so. Ian, I know we've come here to talk about the top 5 games. I know England's on in a second, but do you want to talk about anything quickly before we go, or would you rather leave it there? We've got a few people in the chat, or anyone in.
I don't know. I can't think of anything apart from I put a poll out yesterday on Twitter. If we could only have one, who would you rather have, Lingard or Kate Leclerc? Lingard won hands down.
Oh, of course, mate, 100%.
And that surprises me, not necessarily because his performances were unbelievable, but with the current situation of Ogbonna getting injured, I would have thought people might have swayed towards let's get a bit more defensively sound as cover. But
to be honest, mate, it's a huge statement because I've probably seen probably about 6 under-23s probably in the last 18 months. But I think Baptiste's ready.
Yeah.
I really do think he's ready. And what other better time? He's just turned 18. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Rio, we chucked him in there. Declan Rice, we've done. How are you going to know if a player's good enough if you don't chuck him in?
Yeah, and I do think you're right. And I think the Europa League games are the perfect games to get him some game time.
Play either against with Zuma or Diop. Yeah. I think probably would be better with Dawson if I'm going to be honest. The way I see it, so we're sort of I see Dawson playing against Wolves because of Jimenez being physical, and then going forward, I'll see Diop playing with Zuma. I think it's just a bit too early for. You have to see who you're playing against. I think Diop and Zuma will be the third choice. But for Wolves, it will have to be Dawson, I think.
Yeah, and I think it's now make or break for Diop, isn't it? He's got to hit the ground running. This is the time where he's either going to become a first team player or he's going to fade away into obscurity.
Yeah, no, definitely. Let's have a look here. Yeah, no, but Zuma is truly becoming a West Ham player. He is, mate. I love him. Hopefully, there'll be many more great games. With that, it definitely is, Glenn. I agree with you on there. Great chat. Oh yeah, I know you did, Steve. Thanks, mate. You really did, Mr. Cook. Mr. How did I fall for it as well? I looked at news on Crow as well, and I went, why? There's been no news for him on a week. Like, why did I fall for it? I even searched on Twitter and I couldn't find nothing. I fell for it. Mr. Cox is in the building. Hope you're well. A boo. There's a cult hero. A boo. Mike saying Lingard all day. Yeah, it'll be round to go. Yeah, I think he will be as well. And let's have a look. I think a few of our youngers can step up, give them a chance. I agree. I prefer Dawson better on set pieces. Deal always makes me nervous. But I agree, Stephen. I don't. But I think if he plays with Zuma, I think even if I played with Zuma, I think Zuma will make me look good and more comfortable. I think he's that good. But yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, it's not funny, Steve. It's not funny. All right, I wish I hadn't said that. I did search for it on Twitter. But Ian, I've got some good news. Well, good news for me. I've got a day off tomorrow for no streams. I've got a day off. Jazz has given me the day off tomorrow. But we'll be back on Sunday with our first show of the Reunited Fives with the kits. We've got 2 special guests lined up. One of them I can reveal, and the other one is 99%. The first one is Dom from West Ham Fan TV. So Dom will be coming on Sunday. We have got Marshy from West Ham Fan TV on Monday, and Tuesday we've got Scott from West Ham Fan TV as well. Scott's coming on, and then in the evening, Ian, I can't believe I'm saying this as well. We have got the legend Chris Agabusi on the channel on Tuesday night. I am absolutely buzzing for this. I'm buzzing, mate.
It's going to be good.
It's going to be good. And I'm going to get him to go boo, boo, boo. I've got to get him to say it. I've got to get him to say it. Maybe at the end. I don't want to piss him off early. Yeah.
Mate.
Imagine it. If he goes, I don't like that, and then just ends the stream or something. Imagine it. Yeah, so we've got a really exciting time for the channel. And like I said, Ian will be coming on eventually. We're going to get him booked in for the Reunited Fives with the kits. We've got other series lined up. But if you want to come on, drop us a DM on Twitter or Facebook or anything like that, and we'll get you booked in. This is a community channel, and we like to give everyone a voice. So, Ian, before we go, are you watching England?
I might go and give it a little go of the first half, maybe see how we get on. It's not going to have my full attention. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to have a look and see what the teams are because I'm not seeing it yet.
I'm just quite glad Rice has pulled out. I know, obviously, it's not good if he's under the weather, but it's a week or so off, isn't it? So
yeah.
Did you
talking of that, Kane? Did you see him? He goes, "My form for my club doesn't concern me when I play for England." You arrogant bastard!
He shouldn't even be in the squad.
If he weren't captain, he wouldn't be in the squad. No, I don't think.
I think Gareth Southgate's sort of shooting himself in the foot with his squad. He come out and said, "I've picked it on form," and there's so many players who are not playing for their clubs that are in the squad, and so many inform players that he's not picked. So
I think he's playing a back 3. So in goal is Jordan Pickford, Kyle Walker, Harry Maguire, John Stones, Reece James, Jordan Henderson, Phillips, Chilwell, Foden, Kane, and Sterling.
It's not a side that excites me.
The only one who excites me is I love him to bits and is Phil Foden. I like watching, but I'm not watching England. I'd rather watch paint dry. I can't stand it. I only watch it because of Deck to make sure he don't get injured.
Yeah,
that's the only reason I watch it, mate. But no, I'd like to thank everyone in the chat. It's been an absolute good show, Ian. With your contribution, it really does mean a lot, mate. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for coming on. Hope everyone enjoys their weekend. And like I said, we'll be back at 6 o'clock on Sunday night with a back-to-back show. Well, about 15-20 minute break for the Reunited Five. So look forward to seeing to that. Ian, do you want to say anything before we go, mate?
Oh, can I give a little shout out to my own channel? Is that all right?
Of course, I will get your details up. I forgot. I think you gained a few subscribers, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. So we do a football chat essentially every Monday. Sometimes it comes out on a Tuesday. It depends how tired I'm feeling. But come along, say hello. Make sure you tell Mike that you've come from Hammers Reunited and shove it in his face that more West Ham fans are better than Arsenal fans. Yeah, that's it, people. That's your task for the weekend. There's the details. I will. Let me see. Can I put it? Our aim is 100 subscribers before the end of the January transfer window. Let's put it that way. That's what we're aiming for.
Hang on, Ian. What I'm going to do is I've put it in the chat. So everyone here, there's the link in the chat in the YouTube. If you go to that, subscribe, watch your Ian stuff as well. That would be great. I think you gained 2 or 3 the last time we gave it a plug. So
at the minute we're at weekly, but there is some big plans for the new year, and then say we'll have a bit more different content coming out. So.
Yeah, no, definitely. Glenn, good show in Andy and Ian. Thanks, Glenn. Means a lot, mate. Like I said, we're out there. Coming. If anyone's got an idea about a show as well, literally just drop. If you want us to talk about something, even if you want to come on as well, you're more than welcome to. Hope everyone has a fantastic weekend. Have a few drinks, chill out and relax, because West Ham are not playing. We're not that we're stressed or worried about West Ham, but it's nice to have a break as well, though, Ian, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Just to recompose, especially after the weekend, and come down to back to normal levels and start again.
Yeah, no, definitely. I hope everyone has a good weekend. One thing left for us to say is, come on, you Irons, and we are fucking massive. Take care, everyone. Bye.